Good afternoon everyone, my name is Zoe and today me and Group 2 will be sharing on the project we did on managing diversity at work. And the company we will be focusing on today will be the Gap Inc. for the D&I at the Workplace project. And as for today, I'll be doing the introduction, Harris will be doing the diversity strategies, Ming Xuan will be focusing on the general initiatives, Yen Chuan will focus on the anti-racism trainings initiatives, and lastly, Jing Hui will be doing the True Hues initiative. So let's talk about the company introduction. Firstly, Gap Inc. was formed in 1969 with a simple goal in mind, which is to make it easy to find a pair of jeans that fit while also encouraging people to accomplish more. Gap Inc. also offers curbside pickup, buy online, pick up in store, order in store, find in store, and ship from store, among other omni-channel services. Gap not only have one specific brand, but it branch out to other brands as well. This slide shows the diversity of the company, which has two charts showing the overall gender representation of employees globally, where they have 76% females and 24% males, showing that the company has an inclusive environment. Another chart shows the diversity of US employees, where there are different diversity of races. Since 2013, they have publicly reported annually their global gender data in overall US race and ethnicity data of how their employees identify themselves, including at the store and HQ levels. However, because we were unable to find the global numbers of the race, we used an example from the US. As you can see, there's a diversity of white, Hispanic, Black, Asian, and other minority race to make the company a diverse workplace. The company have been progressing to make the company a better and more diverse place for everyone to have a sense of belonging, especially towards their employees with their new initiatives and strategy. Gap Inc. often focus on diversity of race, so we will now move on to the diversity strategy that the company have input.
Hi, I'm Harris and now I will be discussing Gap Inc.'s diversity strategy. Gap Inc. aims to achieve equality and belonging within their ecosystem through the inclusion of people of different genders, different races, and different ethnicities. Gap Inc. believes that when you decide that inclusion isn't optional, not only do the gaps between us close, but a whole new world of opportunities open. Hence, Gap Inc.'s diversity strategy is to put an end to issues such as racism and discrimination. Let us take a look at one of Gap Inc.'s diversity strategy. Gap Inc. wishes to have a greater inclusion of females within their workplace. So as we stand, the global woman proportion in senior management roles is recorded to be 31% in the year 2021. Gap Inc. wishes to ensure female representation at all leadership levels is meaningfully above the external norms, which is 31%. The PACE program, which stands for Personal Advancement and Career Enhancement Program, was launched in 2007 with the intention to educate the apparel industry on gender equality through women empowerment trainings. Such benefits which arise from this program is the increasing employee retention rate, attracting top talents, and driving better business results. Now let us discuss another one of Gap Inc.'s diversity strategy. Gap Inc. wishes to have a greater representation of employees from different ethnicity backgrounds. They wish to do so through the inclusion of minorities within their workplace. As we stand, 55% of Gap Inc.'s employees are identified as people of color. Adding on to that, Gap Inc. is ranked as number 1 on the Refinitiv Diversity and Inclusion Index with 86 points. This is achieved through a series of unconscious bias trainings for the employees and providing a healthy and inclusive workplace environment, hence attempting to put an end to issues such as racism and discrimination.
Now, we will narrow down GAP's diversity strategies into its two main initiatives, the True Hues Collection and the Anti-Racism Training. True Hues is a collection launched by the Colour Proud Council for Banana Republic. It offers an assortment of inclusive wardrobe essentials in 11 shades of nude. It links back to the diversity strategy, as this is one of the ways GAP is trying to close the gap as mentioned in the previous slides, so that inclusion is part of their products and their customers. Moreover, the collection was modeled by their own employees, which allows them to feel just as diverse as the collection itself. Besides, many comments of similar nature can be found on many of Banana Republic's Instagram posts whilst promoting the collection. Such comments show that the diverse collection is well-liked and is welcomed by most customers worldwide. For the employees in the Colour Proud Council that participated in the release of the collection, most felt that there was a genuine commitment by the company to encompass inclusivity into their products, whilst bringing the company together under similar motives. The launching of products that enhance inclusion and diversity will motivate employees of all backgrounds more, boosting productivity, sales, and eventually company value.
For the critics of True Hues, target scheme models were used as token of diversity instead of representing it. Token of diversity is when companies hire employees from minority communities just to show that they have diversity in their workplace. This leads to argument in whether the company is actually being genuine about being diverse and inclusive. For the effectiveness of True Hues, it had resulted in 1.33 million impressions and effective rate of 7.41%. It's also the third most commented post of the year, fifth most liked, and fifth most shared on the Instagram page of all time. This shows that it has attracted a lot of people's attention. To improve on True Hues, structural changes in the sector could be done to make the minority communities have more visibility and be more comfortable. Brands can also give more representation to them in backstage areas and in catwalks. This prevents microaggression in the workplace and provide a more hospitable setting that values diversity without minimizing anyone.
Anti-racism training is aimed to recognize ways white supremacy and implicit bias have been part of people's behavior, which shapes employees' attitudes towards colleagues at work and the company's work culture. These affect the interpersonal relations, productivity, as well as the conduciveness of the workplace. These trainings will educate and nurture employees to be unbiased while serving customers and communicating with colleagues. The training includes talks and workshops focused on how to overcome biases and make more inclusive decisions, as well as an updated employee learning curriculum which includes racial equity training and much more. Included are some customer reviews on their experience at Gap retail stores. Although these are not direct opinions on the anti-racism training itself, it reflects on how effective it has been on employees and how far it has progressed. Based on the various formal complaint platforms, we can tell that the training has not had a big impact on the retail staff. Moreover, they are the face of the company and will determine how customers view Gap.
The successfulness of the anti-racism training hasn't been quite a turnout amongst the employees. Through researching some of the employee reviews on their company, the work culture in Gap Inc. is only rated at a subpar average of 3.7 stars out of 5. A common feedback amongst the 3,000 surveyors, 1,200 of them rated their jobs 3 stars and below, and mentions that the management displayed strong sense of favoritism and are unwelcoming. This reflects on the effectiveness of the anti-racism training, with its sole intention is to promote inclusivity and unbiasedness. The anti-racism training that's mentioned in Gap Inc.'s Diversity and Inclusion Report, D&I, was also published together with the statistics of the diversity within its board and senior executives. The same report, which has lawsuits filed against Gap Inc. from previous stakeholders who have alleged that it is false and inaccurate. This would mean that what's published in the D&I report could have been fabricated, and their diversity efforts, such as the anti-racism trainings, are dishonest. Being a big organization with a tall management structure, organizational changes can be slow to implement. Hence, it is crucial that the anti-racism trainings are properly executed and monitored. Gap Inc. has great initiatives and values that has helped to make the company ranked the top as the most diverse and inclusive company. Therefore, with negative reinforcements such as audits and heavy monitoring of employees would ensure that they are well educated and trained within a short period of time, regardless of leadership positions and ranks.